I'm too big. I'm too big for this. It's a brand new day, it's a brand new video. Welcome back. So yeah, I'm all showered up, I'm smelling good. And yeah, yesterday we talked about how I got involved in gaming. And the stories that I shared with you are not my entire story, but they were big and important pieces of my story. Today I want to share with you guys my 3 favorite gaming organizations. Let's get into it. None of these organizations come in a particular order. It's not, this is my number 1, this is my number 3. It doesn't really matter. I hold all 3 of them with a lot of respect. I hold them in high regard, and I love what they represent, and I love what they've done for gaming culture and pop culture and just our culture in general. So the first one I want to talk about is NRG.
As a member of the Green, as a member of you, as a member of your team, I get to experience that, and I get to influence how we give you that stuff. So know that no matter what happens, till the end of time, you are not gonna get rid of me until it's time for me to go. So you are with me, you're stuck with me. You're stuck on every single adventure that I go on. You're stuck on every single project that I'm gonna be a part of. And for that, I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
And more specifically, Chicago Huntsmen. The Chicago Huntsmen, the Call of Duty team, that section of NRG used to be what I know as, and what I'm sure a lot of you know as, is Optic Gaming. Optic Gaming was owned by a man named Hector Rodriguez, and Optic, for me personally, changed how I viewed gaming, changed how I viewed the friendships that I developed within gaming, changed how I viewed Call of Duty. For the longest time, I have been an Optic Gaming fan. You know, green flows through my veins, you know, green wall for life. And to be honest with you, it was one of the first teams that I was ever a diehard fan of. You know, I'm a Cowboy fan, and even the Cowboys didn't affect me emotionally as hard as Optic did when I found out that Optic was going to be no more. I was sitting out front of my house, and my wife was there, and when I found out, I started to cry. I was destroyed. I was hurt, and for me, Optic was Optic's the reason I do what I do. They're the reason I started making content. They're the reason I started streaming. They're the reason I picked up a camera. And for that, I will forever cherish the memories that they help me create. The next team I want to talk about is FaZe Clan. If you haven't heard of FaZe Clan, then you probably live under a rock. You see, FaZe Clan, they seem to like push the limits. They are innovative. They're young, talented, entertaining. It almost feels, FaZe almost feels like you can't touch it, you know? The crazy thing is I was never a huge FaZe fan. I was an Optic guy, and so the rivalry between the two, it just turned me away. But it wasn't until recently that I developed this massive amount of respect for them. You see, trying to break into the online entertainment world, it's been difficult. And watching FaZe do that for 10 years, but not only do it for 10 years, but to be able to reinvent themselves. And I'm not talking about relevancy, but reinvent themselves and continue to inspire future generations with the content that they produce. To have fans that will show up in the thousands to show their support, to buy their merchandise, to cheer at competition, it's almost like a childhood dream. And to do that for a decade, to be able to stay focused and show up every day with the same type of enthusiasm, passion, and energy, it's not easy. And if you've ever tried YouTube, it can be emotionally draining. FaZe Clan is what almost every organization aspires to be. FaZe Clan, when you say it, almost has this aura about it. Without FaZe Clan, gaming culture wouldn't be what it is today. Whether you choose to believe that or not, it's fact. And I'm excited to see what the next 10 years has in store. That brings me to my third organization, and that's 100 Thieves.
My favorite part of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, the Cash App ad read is the shining moment in my life. So here we go. This show is brought to you by Cash App, and if you don't use Cash App, then fuck you.
So the CEO of 100 Thieves used to be a part of Optic Gaming. His name is Matt Nadeshot Haig. And I think the incredible thing about him is that he's incredibly relatable. There are just some people in the world that are successful and you look at them and you're like, I could never do that. I could never be like that. When you look at Matt, he seems like the type of guy that you could go to a coffee shop and just sit down and talk for an hour or two and not know that he's an owner of one of the top gaming organizations in the world. 100 Thieves has only been around for a few years, but that doesn't take away from the type of impact that they've had in those few years. They are changing the game in terms of apparel. Typically with gaming, you have basic merch, and I'm not saying that that's a horrible thing, but I'm just not a fan of it. Their apparel is top notch. Nadeshot learned from the best in terms of content creation, and he took his knowledge and applied it to 100 Thieves. And their content creation is insane. Like, I almost don't even know how to explain it. The production value through the roof. And the growth in which their fan base has grown over the past few years is something that people dream about. And I'm interested to see how they compare to FaZe Clan moving into the 2020s. I honestly believe that FaZe Clan and 100 Thieves are going to be the two top organizations by the end of this decade. And they're going to be the face of gaming culture and pop culture by 2030, if they aren't there already. Why am I telling you about these organizations? Well, it's really simple. I have a ton of admiration for them, a ton of respect for them, and one of my goals is to join one of these organizations as a content creator. Now, I am not a gamer. Now, I'm not the best gamer. I'm not the best streamer. And my YouTube content is slowly getting better. But you don't see vloggers, if you will, typically getting picked up on gaming organizations. But because gaming is one of my passions and vlogging is a passion of mine, I want to combine the two. I want to set a goal that's uncomfortable for me. Now, I don't know if I'll ever join them, and if I don't, so be it. But I couldn't live with myself if I didn't try. This video is more than me talking about 3 organizations that I really like and respect. It's about telling you guys to go after your dreams. Day in, day out. Because we only have one life. And when it's over, as dumb as it may sound, it's over. I want to thank you guys for watching. My name is Blank.